label it a hate crime that he hates gay people.
Nah.
Because they're saying he had a Grindr account. And he showed up to that club on more accounts than one before that night.
And the guy who was his lover,
they don't want us to come into a frenzy and say ISIS did it. ISIS did it. We're scared of terrorists. They don't want us to do that.
It wasn't ISIS.
Regardless.
But that's why they're isolating it away from ISIS, because they don't want us to panic. They don't want terrorism to come back.
Because ISIS
they
had
want us
nothing
to
to
take
do
care
with
of it.
ISIS had nothing to do with it, bro. It was just one crazy fuck in America who wants to claim ISIS on it, but ISIS had nothing to do with it, bro. It was about a fucking crazy dude.
But you don't understand. You have to reason with around the world. A lot of people that follow Muslim and a lot of the nations that follow Muslim and Islam, and they actually do follow the Quran. When somebody overseas is a woman and tries to go into the military, they do the 2-finger test. You know what that is, dude? They put 2 fingers in their vagina to see if they're a fucking virgin. Because they're following the goddamn Quran.
That's not even a real thing.
That is a real thing. It's very much a real thing. You can goddamn Google it. You can goddamn call anybody overseas. That's a real thing that happens. And that's because they follow the Quran. Because state and religion isn't isolated with, you know, their own fucking separate entities. Like it needs to be, like it should be upheld, like we're trying to do in America. Am I not right? This country wasn't built on Christian values. This is not a Christian country. This is a country built on a bunch of fucking racists, in all honesty. Revolutionary racists, but racist nonetheless. They all had slaves until Abraham Lincoln freed them. Abraham Lincoln had slaves.
Oh yeah, he did.
It's all agenda, dude.
Who cares? What's the point?
What do you mean, who cares? Why is everybody else harping on it then? What do you mean? Don't tell me, tell society, tell everybody else in the goddamn world. Hey, why are black people so sore about racism? It happened 200 years ago, man. Get over it. Who am I to say that? Does that sound reasonable?
Why
That's
not?
exactly what you're fucking insinuating.
Why is that reasonable?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell every black person you see on the streets that racism is over.
Bro, I want to tell them that.
Donnie, it's different. It's different.
It's not different.
Yeah, it is different.
You're using an excuse. You're using an excuse, my man.
I'm really not. I'm using the excuse that I want to use between you and between you, my friends.
I know black people who are much more successful than me.
Yeah, obviously, and that's different because you guys are my friends.
Why? Why is that different though?
Just because, like, it's different there.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
You're
different
black,
there.
they're black. What's the difference?
Sometimes it's different there. And
you understand that it's not a race thing ultimately. It's a societal thing. It's a class thing. You could have all the rich black people you want. Guess what? They're a part of that 1%. All right. I don't care who you are. If you're middle class, you're working poor. It doesn't matter.
In capitalism, aren't there winners and losers? Like, isn't that how capitalism
But guess
works?
what? Guess what? That's one of those areas where it's who you know. So if it's who you know,
you're just bitching about the system. Then you're not even bitching about
capitalism.
Always been the system
because you own the resources, you own the trucks or whatever, and he just does the logistics. Why does the logistics motherfucker make more than me? I own the capital, right? That's what it comes down to. It's because what I do is more valuable than what you do.
It doesn't matter what tier you're at. You're never gonna make as much as that guy at the top. You're never gonna make as much as that general manager, as much as that president, that owner, that CEO.
The guy at the top owns the resources. He owns the things that move
everything.
He owns
everything. He makes a penny off of everything.
But the GM, that CEO should be taking care of his people.
He's not though.
He should be.
Majorly, he's never.
So that's a single person. That's a single person.
There are some companies that do take care of their people.
Majorly, no. Majorly, the CEO is looking at you like a number. Costco, barely. Walmart is a fucking train.
I heard Netflix does really well.
Netflix, yeah, because they're more of honestly an independent.
If you're the boss, if you make a business, who the fuck are the workers to say, hey, I deserve $1.50 more? You deserve to be unemployed if you talk to me like that. Isn't that
no?
What kind of mindset is that?
That's ego.
You don't have your employees as much as they deserve.
That is ego. No, that is ego.
That's ego. That's an egotistical and a CEO mentality towards it. That's exactly what a CEO thinks. Why should you get that $1.50 more an hour instead of me, the CEO?
Let's take a step back. Reality, yes, because that's the way it goes. Because that's what happens out there, yes.
But what?
But realistically, that's not what it should be. Ideally,
Why?
it shouldn't be.
Why?
Because a general manager's ego should be so small that his people are taken care of before he is.
Right.
His people take care of him. He takes care of his
people. The people are slaves. People are slaves. No. I forgot. The people are slaves.
He wants to make sure they're taken care of. He's not much of a slave master, you know?
Bro, but they're being paid.
He's more
Think
of a
about
leader.
how are they being paid? How are they being paid? Let's say $8.50 an hour.
The boss, if you're the boss and you make good business decisions, and someone's like, "Hey, I should get more money just because," and you're like,
"Who's
why?
to say they're saying just because?"
They're not, bro. They're not gonna ask for more money if they have a car.
Okay, right, just because is, well, we live in an expensive place to live, and they're like, oh.
So what are they supposed to do? Move to a shitty area and commute and spend just as much money?
That ego goes both ways. That
That
ego goes both ways. The CEO can't have an ego, and the workers can't have an ego. No, they're all gonna live in the same.
The CEO deserves to live in a nice neighborhood.
Why? Because he owns those people?
No.
Because he gets that $1.50 more an hour that they do?
I didn't say that he owns the people. You can't own another human being, but
that's how they treat them. That's how they treat them. People own people. McDonald's owns its workers because they pay $8.50 an hour for them. They pay X amount of money for them. Those people are not happy. They're not living comfortable lives because of that $8.50.
Bad example.
I'll take it.
I don't believe in that because those people want $50 an hour. $15 an hour for minimum skills is not
take $15 out. Take that number aside. Take that number aside. If you're working 40 hours a week, hashtag Bernie Sanders. If you're working 40 hours a week, there's no reason that you should be living. You should be slumming it. You should be comfortable. You should be able to. When you get sick, you should go to the hospital.
Live on that wage.
What about personal responsibility? What about
what?
What about saying I'm not going to stand up for this and standing up for your own
You know what
rights?
that gets you into the unemployment line that pays you how much? Nothing, dude.
There's civil liberties involved here. There's civil liberties involved. If you're telling
being upheld by who? Being upheld by who? The CEO? The CEO is really going to give you a fucking cut? Get out of here, dude.
I'm not saying the CEO is going to do it. I'm saying that people need to stand up for themselves, and they're looking for outs. They're looking.
They can't. Because they're not facing mom and pop. They're facing corporations. They're facing big fucking corporate America right now. You can't face that in the little numbers we have. You think that we have fucking millions of people that are just fucking gonna uprise and be like, yeah, you know what?
Not?
Give us more money.
Why not?
Give us more. Think about what happened last time it happened. What happened last time it happened? Let's go back to the civil rights. Let's see what happened after that.
They won, didn't they? The civil rights won, right?
Oh, you think
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X,
assassinated?
True.
What do you think this was all for? What do you think this was all for?
Their movement won, right?
What do you think that was all for? You know what that was all for? They couldn't tax those people. You know what women's rights was for? They couldn't tax half the population because they were all women. So they put them to work and they were able to tax them, dude. You understand that the Rockefellers funded the women's movement? You understand that? That it was all a money ploy? It wasn't for women. It was for money. You have to understand, this country is corrupt.
Everything is for money, bro. Money
It's always going to be for money.
The world.
Exactly.
Money rules the world. Fuck your feelings. Fuck whatever you want. What does it make me money? If it doesn't, fuck you.
That's the CEO mentality that we don't need. We don't need that.
Exactly what we need.
We don't.
That is exactly
That's what they got us. That's capitalism, and that's where capitalism got us.
Let me tell you what the problem
The
right now with
connotation of
America
capitalism.
is. The problem right now with America is that, look, I'm a minority, right? I'm a brown skinned guy. See, but I don't see my brown skin as an excuse gotten somewhere. You work hard, you get somewhere. Alright, that's the reality. Alright, you don't work hard, you don't finish what you have to do, you don't get what you have to get.
Right, that's true.
The reality.
That's true. But if you're so hardworking as an illegal immigrant, why can't you pay taxes just like the rest of us? Just to feed into the deficit, to chip away at it.
If you're illegal, you still do pay taxes.
No, you don't. How do you? Without a social security card. Without paying taxes.
When you buy things, you get taxed on it.
All right.
Right?
So when you buy things, you have a sales tax.
When you buy a house, you get taxed on it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong on that?
So you get the one legal person to buy the house, and you have 5 families living in it, and it's fine.
Taxes are still paid on it, correct?
Yeah, but you have all the other people not paying taxes when they're
When
working.
you buy a
So it's
soda,
under the table.
when an illegal goes to a
Sales
gas
tax,
station and buys a
sales
soda, do
tax,
they not pay tax
sales
on
tax.
that?
Can you not say? Can you not say that that is a fair? It's justified by the fact that they're so mistreated as far as American society, as far as that they're so held down.
They don't want to deal with the elongated nationalization process, which is understandable. But you have to understand, a lot of other countries have a lot of more strict policies. Australia, Australia, you have to be in the same profession for 2 years. You have to have no felonies on your record to be a permanent citizen in Australia. What kind of regulations do we have for America?
Australia. Fuck Australia, dude. You think Australia's anywhere near the United States of America?
Minimum wage is a lot higher. Cost of living is a lot higher. Standard of living is a lot higher. Yeah, I think Australia's probably a lot better off than us.
World.
Yeah.
Why are you two?
Whoa, wait.
That's what I want to know.
Because America's the greatest goddamn country in the world.
Yeah.
That's why.
No.
Yeah, why are you two arguing? That's what the fuck I want to know. Adam and Don?
America's not the same country that it used to be, dude. America's not the same country it was in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s, when we were proven to be the best country in the world.
Don, you guys need to relax. Don, you need to relax.
You need to shut up.
Hey, Adam and Don.
You need to suck your dick.
Yeah.
No,
This is one thing we can agree on. You need to shut the fuck up.
Okay, you guys can agree on that. Adam and Don, what the fuck are you guys doing? Arguing against each other?
We're arguing about this country.
Okay, fuck that. Man, fuck this country.
No.
I understand
We
that.
both love this country.
Yeah.
But we both love this country in respective different matters.
Oh yeah, and that's cool. But Adam and Don, what are you guys doing? Shake hands right now.
No.
Shake hands right now. You guys are my brothers. You guys are both of my brothers
He's
right
gonna
now.
take a piss.
You're both my brothers right now. Like, no. What are you doing? What the fuck are you guys talking about?
We're talking about